clouds are beginning to move in. It's actually getting colder. The temperature has dropped already up here. That's one thing that for people that go hiking and out in the mountains, you have to be aware of the weather, because out here things can change in a hurry, and you do not want to be caught in some sort of a mountain storm. You should be somewhat prepared. I mean, you can never be prepared enough, because we don't know what things we may run into. But at least have some food for just a snack, some food for a day or two, have a flashlight, be prepared with some sort of jacket in your backpack. A raincoat is always good to carry out here, especially when it's cloudy like this. It can start raining in a hurry. And right now, the temperature has changed dramatically. I would say it's dropped 10 degrees already since I started walking, and it's maybe been half an hour. So this is the Pinot Trail 140, but I'm gonna head north on this bike trail. There's some rock formations here that I like to get to. This is where I intended to go today, but then I met Sergio, and I think he mentioned Julio was the other guy's name. And so I went up the Pinot Trail a little bit. Then I left him at the Pinot Trail. But in reality today I wanted to come on this trail. It's a little flatter along the foothills. I used to do this trail on my mountain bike, I don't know, maybe 40 years ago. I did mountain biking since I was from 20 years old up to about 40 years old. So now I'm 27 years older, so I prefer to walk and hike. So I feel things have changed over the years to go to places. One of the things I like to do is to travel, but I don't like to make plans for traveling. Sometimes if I plan things, they just don't happen with travel. So what I like to do is just go for it. Schedule a time and say I'm taking off from the office and take off for a long trip without planning. But nowadays, it's getting harder to do that because you do have to plan, you do have to reserve places where you're going to stay. And I really don't like that. I don't like making reservations on hotels or making reservations to stay at a campground or different places because I like freedom. If I make a reservation to a hotel in some city, then I have to show up within a certain time. And I prefer to be free, and if I decide to go elsewhere at the last minute, I just go elsewhere. I don't really like to keep the schedule of having to show up at a certain place. The same thing is with the camping grounds. I normally don't like to go into camping grounds because they're crowded. And the worst case thing is to be parked next to somebody who's drinking and loud music and all of those things I just don't care for. So when I go to a campground, I like to see who's the next door neighbor to me. And if they seem like they're the wild party drinking kind, then I just don't care to go there. I don't stop in that slot. I'll go to some other slot, and if the whole place doesn't look safe to me or quiet enough, then I go somewhere else. And the other thing is parking next to an RV, a giant RV, where they're going to have the generator running 24/7. I don't want to hear a generator out here when I'm camping at night. So I normally don't park in that situation. And there's been one time that I camped, and then at midnight here came this lady, two ladies in a giant RV. They parked right next to me. They had the music going, blasting all night long. They had 4 floodlights on each corner of the giant RV, and the generator running all night long. And they were yelling at each other and saying things. And I go, why? Why come out to the nature and have to bring that giant RV, which is a house, bring your house out here and then make it bad for everybody? So I really don't care for that. So I'm gonna take this other trail, which is gonna head back to the Galena Gallegos. It's really beautiful out here. Peaceful and quiet. It's a perfect place to come and think and relax and remove the stress.